Hey everyone, Luke here. Gonna do a quick market update. Just gonna go over our favorite coins. Gonna go over Populus, Pillar. We're gonna look at Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, maybe Ethereum, and we're gonna look at some of the charts versus Bitcoin. So first things first, Deutsche Bank is making all-time lows, so it's something you need to be aware of. Okay, if we zoom in here on the weekly chart, we can see we're at 7.23. This is actually about a third less than where Deutsche Bank was ever at the bottom of the 2008 crisis, which is pretty crazy. Look at that. It only touched $20. It triple bottomed at $20. And we're at $7. It's about one third. So the situation with Deutsche Bank is pretty dire, you guys. It's something to be aware of. And it's important that we have at least a portion of our portfolio in safe spaces, such as gold, silver, and cryptocurrencies, okay? So this is a Zero Hedge article you might want to check out. If Deutsche Bank breaks 640, the world is in trouble. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. People have been crying wolf for how long now about a banking crisis. I don't know if it actually will be chaos if it breaks 640, but it's important to be aware of and read interesting articles like this. And it's important to realize that they make some very good points, like Deutsche Bank is not the only one. So I've talked about this before. Italian banks are in trouble. Turkish banks are in trouble. Italian banks are very overexposed to the Turkish lira and to Turkish capital markets, and their capital markets are falling apart. So I do still believe, I'd still lean towards it will either be Italian banks that start the avalanche of bank failures, basically, from problems in Turkey, or it'll be Deutsche Bank, or maybe some combination of the two. Okay, but it's something that we need to be aware of as Deutsche Bank falls to all-time lows. Okay, and we can see that with the U.S. stock market, we're actually in a daily equilibrium pattern. And if you want to keep up to date with a lot of this stuff, like the stock market, he does marijuana stocks. He does the biggest cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. I would watch the chart guys. So this is my favorite analyst. His name is Dan. And I think Dan is the man. He's super grounded. He's my favorite chart analyst. He just gives it to you both the small perspective and the big perspective. He tells you how he goes about day trading and how he does his long-term swing positions. He tells you if he's bullish or bearish on gold, silver, how the stock market's shaping up and everything. And that's really, really good. And he's a cool guy. So yeah, Deutsche Bank making all-time lows. We need to be aware of weakness in the banking sector. Okay, so let's look at gold. Since we're seeing all this weakness, you would think that gold would be doing well, but we can see we're just in an equilibrium pattern. Okay, we're in a daily equilibrium. We can see this with the low, high, higher low, and then we're trying to form a lower high here. Zoom out to the weekly. We are also in an equilibrium pattern. Let's see, we form an inside bars here. No, not quite. So yeah, weekly equilibrium. So a daily equilibrium inside a weekly equilibrium within a monthly equilibrium. And look at that, spinning top so far. This is indecision in the gold market. So yeah, spinning top here. As we try to find, gold tries to find, figure out what it's going to do basically, okay? We can see that the monthly low, 1160. We had a high of 1346, and then the new, we're just about in the middle of the range, but we're leaning, we're a little bit higher. So right now, I would lean towards a bull break of the monthly equilibrium, because you can see we're starting to bottom here around 1265 ish. We're starting to make a bottom. And then if we can make our way up and get a bull break, or we can just make a lower high, one more higher low, and then a bull break. We can see how much space this is from here to here. And you can see how we're bottoming higher in the equilibrium. Where you start to consolidate in the equilibrium gives you more of a direction and gives you the percentage. So the fact that we're consolidating and bottoming higher in the monthly equilibrium tells me that it's most likely going to be a bullish bull break of the equilibrium. And we have been in this monthly equilibrium, like I've said, for about 5 years. And so we can expect a massive uptick in volatility. And we'll look for this bull break. Probably won't happen until later this year. We'll look for this to happen, I say earliest at the fall. Could happen by the end of the year, like winter. and then latest would be Q1 or Q2 2020. Okay, so Populus is a passive income token that I'm very interested in. Let's go ahead and check this one out. Still not a buy for me. It looks like it has maybe bottomed versus Bitcoin for now on the daily, but the weekly is still very, very weak. Okay, and let's see. Let's get here we go. We've got some. Maybe I'll close a few things. Try to get the internet a little quicker. Okay, but we can see we are in a daily downtrend. We might have made our bottom here, but we're up against daily exponential resistance again. We can see from the 12 period. And then let's go to the weekly. The Populus weekly, look at this. Populus is still in a major, major downtrend versus Bitcoin. Okay, so if we know this, we know that we should be riding Bitcoin still or some of those other currencies because they're just way more bullish than Populus. I will be looking, once Populus has a lot of invoices and it's bottomed versus Bitcoin, I will be looking to make an entry, probably a major entry like we have mentioned. Another favorite token of mine, Pillar. Let's go check on the Pillar token, long-term versus Bitcoin. And again, same thing as Populus, lower lows and lower highs on the weekly. So we'll keep an eye on it, but I wouldn't recommend buying Pillar right now either. Okay, most bullish coins for me right now, but Binance is the lead bull. Okay, it's been that way for some time. Also, Bitcoin Cash, one of my favorite coins. Well, let's look at the Bitcoin pair actually. Bitcoin Cash versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash is making higher highs and higher lows versus Bitcoin. So personally, I would rather ride Bitcoin Cash than Bitcoin right now. Okay, so let's go look at it on Coinbase. Okay, look at this. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash is more bullish to me than even Litecoin right now. Maybe not from a fundamental standpoint with the halvening coming up, but the Bitcoin Cash chart versus Bitcoin is more bullish. You can see we backtested exponential resistance, and now we're making higher highs again versus Bitcoin. Okay, so let's take a look at the Litecoin chart. Litecoin was a lead bull, but now it's basically just Binance. Okay, now let's look at the Litecoin Bitcoin chart, and look at this. We're making lower lows and lower highs versus Bitcoin. Okay, let's go look on the daily. Maybe it's bottomed on the daily for now. We have, that's basically a double bottom. We barely wicked below it, but it's close enough to say a double bottom. But again, we're just coming up against this exponential resistance versus Bitcoin on the daily. And so I wouldn't count on it changing its trend. Bitcoin Cash to me on the chart is quite a bit more bullish. And you can see that if you go into CoinMarketCap, you can see that it's been outperforming Litecoin because it passed it market cap and it's making more gains. So 2 coins you might be interested in if you're day trading or looking for some flips are Matic Network. This basically did a 10x in like 10 days. Lots of volatility. BNB is another good one. BNB is probably the most bullish coin as far as bigger coins with most liquidity. BNB has been the lead bull. And then you can see we're in a tightening equilibrium on the daily. Zoom out to the 4-hour. And you can see, well, we might have lost our uptrend here, but so far we were making an equilibrium pattern on Binance. And that's when you can trade. Other ones I've been looking at are Link. Link is in a 4-hour uptrend versus Bitcoin, and it's basically going to make or break pretty soon. You can see it's hovering over exponential support, and it's right below resistance here, or we could say at the top of the bounce right here. And then another interesting one is Seller Network, and then also FET, F-E-T, because those are they're similar to Matic in some ways. Excuse me, I'm a little bit sick. Actually retracing. Okay, but that's about it for the charts. So things we're keeping an eye on: gold monthly equilibrium pattern. We're gonna see which way gold breaks. Until gold breaks bullish of its monthly equilibrium pattern, I am not recommending you buy gold and silver. The cryptocurrencies right now are much more bullish, and so you don't want to take profits too early out of a bull run. And cryptocurrencies are in a bull market right now. We're making higher highs and higher lows all across the board. On Bitcoin, the monthly chart is making higher highs and higher lows, so we're bullish on the monthly chart, we're bullish on the weekly chart, we're bullish on the daily chart, or not on the monthly chart. We haven't made a higher low yet, but we're bullish on the yearly chart. The monthly chart did break resistance, but it hasn't officially changed its trend. But the weekly, the daily, Bitcoin is on full-on bull mode. Even if it pulls back, let's go take a look at Bitcoin, actually. Even if Bitcoin pulls back to make weekly consolidation, we're still in bull mode, you guys. Let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin. And look at this. People panic dumped here, and look, it's right back. It's right back to where it was, pushing against this resistance. Let's see where resistance is right now. I think it's about 8,300. And we're tightening up. And to me, this looks like Bitcoin's going to break bullish. Maybe sometime this weekend. Maybe sometime next week. But to me, it looks like it's building pressure again. We can see, if we draw a trend line, that it looks like it's a, what do you call this, an ascending triangle, where basically it hits against the slope, and then it builds more pressure against the top, the line right here, if it was a triangle. Okay. So yeah, Bitcoin to me, it looks bullish, and even we have plenty of room. So look on the daily, we're making an equilibrium pattern. We can see this with our high, and then we made a low here at about 6,600. So anything above 6,600 is still a higher low. And then we bounced right here and made a lower high. Then right here we made a low, but we haven't officially done it yet. But you can see we're tightening basically, okay? And bulls can still be comfortable with anything above 6,600. And if we zoom out to the weekly, Bitcoin is overextended. It's important that you are aware of that. Let's see here. You can see how overextended it is. It could be bull flagging here, but look, we have exponential support around 6,000. So Bitcoin could drop to 6,000, or I would guess more like 6,500, and still be in a bullish, very bullish weekly uptrend. And so yeah, I don't recommend taking profits too early. I recommend right now you mostly just ride the cryptocurrencies, mostly Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Binance is super bullish right now. Binance Coin, just Bitcoin is fine. Ethereum is doing well. And even though Bitcoin's overextended, we're in a bull market, okay? And why take out profits too early unless you're trying to do quicker flips and try to and you're more day trading. But long term, let's just wait on this gold monthly equilibrium is what I'm saying. And when gold breaks this bullish, then we can start taking some of our cryptocurrency profits that we got from buying and accumulating cryptocurrencies in the bear market, and we start putting into gold and silver, okay? So that's still my personal plan, not financial advice, okay? So yeah, wrap it up. Deutsche Bank making all-time lows. Watch out for banking problems. We want to be protective. Gold, we're still watching the monthly equilibrium pattern until it breaks bullish. Gold is not in a bull market. I repeat, gold is not in a bull market, even with all these banking problems. And then right now, the hottest sector to me is, besides maybe marijuana stocks, is cryptocurrencies. And most bullish ones to me are Binance, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin, just due to the halvening, even though its chart isn't as good as Bitcoin Cash right now. Anyways, hope this helps you guys out. At some point, we will want to put some more money into the utility tokens like Veritasium, Populus, Pillar. But right now, those coins are just they're still in downtrends, and I would just be riding the currency tokens. I mean the currency coins like Bitcoin. Okay. Hope that helps you guys out. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.